California Senate Bill 291, signed into law in 2021, addresses the issue of excessive detentions in schools by imposing limits on their duration. Under this legislation, schools are prohibited from assigning detentions that exceed 1 hour in length, aiming to minimize disruptions to students' educational schedules. The bill emphasizes the importance of maintaining instructional time and ensuring that disciplinary measures are proportionate to the offense committed, thereby promoting a more balanced approach to student discipline. Additionally, Senate Bill 291 reflects broader efforts within California to reform school discipline practices, moving away from punitive measures like suspensions and expulsions for minor infractions. By setting clear guidelines on detention lengths, the legislation seeks to foster a more supportive and equitable learning environment, where students can remain engaged and focused on their academic growth without undue interruption. The bill's proponents argue that these reforms are essential for promoting positive behavioral interventions and creating a school culture that values fairness and student well-being.
Does California Senate Bill 291 specify if 30 minutes for recess has to be consecutive, or may schools provide 2 15-minute breaks?
The bill primarily focuses on limitations and guidelines related to detention periods and disciplinary practices, rather than recess schedules. Therefore, schools typically have discretion in how they structure recess breaks, provided they meet the overall requirement of ensuring students receive at least 30 minutes of recess per day.
What alternatives to detention periods are recommended for schools in response to SB 291?
In response to California Senate Bill 291, which aims to reduce the use of detention periods for minor infractions, schools are encouraged to implement alternative disciplinary practices that promote positive behavior and maintain educational continuity.
Restorative justice practices. Schools can utilize restorative justice principles to address conflicts and misconduct by bringing together affected parties to discuss the impact of their actions, repair harm, and find constructive resolutions.
Behavioral Interventions and Supports, or PBIS. PBIS frameworks focus on teaching behavioral expectations and rewarding positive behavior, thereby reducing the need for punitive measures like detentions. Counseling and mentoring. Providing counseling sessions or mentoring programs can help students understand and modify their behavior while offering support and guidance.
Community service. Assigning community service tasks related to the offense can help students learn responsibility and make amends without missing instructional time.
Conflict resolution training. Training students in conflict resolution skills can empower them to resolve conflicts peacefully and proactively.
By implementing these alternatives, schools can foster a supportive and inclusive environment while ensuring that discipline is fair, proportionate, and conducive to students' overall development and well-being.